Smutka here, Great Day in the Water Guide Service. Thanks for joining us on this episode of Fishing and Hunting in the North Country. We are out on a large central Minnesota lake today. We're targeting walleyes, but I think we're starting off the show with a smallmouth here. We are power bobbing. I'll talk more about that later and about the equipment, but we are, to suffice today, we're slip bobber fishing, targeting with leeches, targeting walleyes, and we will catch some smallies on this lake. And we are not from a fixed anchor position, we're moving around, trolling with the bow mount, Minn Kota there, keeping an eye on the hummingbird, casting the bobbers out, covering areas. Right now we're on some mid-depth rocks and looking for fish, searching for fish with a slip bobber, and then we can always hit the spot on the Minn Kota and anchor and sit in an area if we catch fish, but then quickly move on if we don't. So using the stealthy approach of a slip bobber rig, middle of the summer here, or late summer, middle of August, using a stealthy approach of a slip bobber, but still covering a little bit of water, about the speed you cover with a Lindy rig. So, see if I can hand in without a net here. Nice smallmouth, 18.5 incher. There we go. So, nice bonus fish on these rocks on this lake to the walleyes, but we're going to get back to it here and see if we can get some walleyes too. We missed our first couple of bites here and then got this one. So we'll be back when we get another fish. Go back. Another fish power bobbing here. So walleye, I'm going to grab the landing net. Alright. I've been struggling here. I've missed a couple. Got the smallmouth, but now I got a decent walleye here. Alright, he's hooked good, right up in the skin of the top of the mouth. So nice 16, 17 incher there. I'm going to get him back and then I'm going to show you the rig we're using. Alright, I mentioned we were power bobbing with slip bobbers. I'm using this is a St. Croix Tournament Legend walleye. This is a rod that telescopes down to 6.5 feet, out to 8 feet. I might use at least a 7-footer. And then I've got a Fluger President spinning reel, good spinning reel on there. I've got 8-pound test Berkeley Nanofill on there, which is braided as super line. I've got a Wing It, kind of a aerodynamic slip bobber for casting bobbers out like this. It flies a little nicer and it puts up a little less resistance going under the water too, so the fish don't feel it as well. The bead, the knot, the bobber, the Nanofill is tied to a snap swivel. And then below the snap swivel, I've got a leader of Vanish fluorocarbon, and tied to that leader I have a 1/4 ounce. This is an orange jig, vertical jig. My dad's fishing with white. Some days colors matter, some days they don't. And then just hooking a jumbo leech on there, and then we're just crawling along. Right now we're on a mid-depth rocky reef, fishing about 10 to 12 feet. And we got these down about 9 feet, and finding smallmouth and walleyes here. So that's a good rig. This rod is a medium power and fast action. We'll get back to it here and see if we can get some more back. Another bobber down, another walleye coming in. I'm gonna grab that net. Still power bobbing here. We actually, when we caught that last fish, we hit the spot lock button on the trolling motor here and anchored up on this spot. Yeah, 16-incher, not too bad. I'm going to get him back and I'm going to show you what we're doing up on the locator here. Okay, come on up here and take a look. We are spot locked right now. You can see our path on the locator here, the red path that we've been taking, but we've got a long reef that sticks out. If you pan right, you see an island. There's a reef from the shore out to that island, and there's a reef from that island. You can see some boats fishing smallmouth up on the real shallow rocks that are marked up there. But this long reef sticks out here. It's anywhere from about 9 to 14 feet on top. We're focusing on a shelf that's about 10 to 12, and then it rolls off to deeper water inside, and it rolls off to the main lake basin outside here. It's scattered rock and small to medium rock with some bigger boulders here and there. Good spot to find these fish. We've got enough of waves coming in. We don't have much clouds today, but we got enough waves rolling in to keep the fish here. Since we caught a couple in this spot, we've anchored up in this spot with the spot lock. We got a spot lock button, we got the remote, but we also have one on the foot pedal. We'll sit here a little bit. If we don't catch any more, we will take the spot lock off and just keep sliding along this reef. Still power bobbing here. Haven't seen it yet. Feels like a decent walleye. Yeah, can see it down there. I'm going to grab the net. Can't grab the net. We have stuff in the net. We'll learn a little lesson here from that. Never set stuff in your landing net. That's always when you catch a fish. But he looks like he's hooked okay, so maybe I can get him by hand here. Got it. Alright. Yeah, about 20-incher there. Buried that bobber nicely. So, we moved to some deeper gravel here using the same technique that power corking, just deeper. We're in some deep gravel and about 28 to 30 feet now, and we're just, you can see the wind is laid down to almost nothing. That's why we went deeper. And we found some fish out here. We've kind of marked some spots where I think there's a little bit more rock, is what I'm guessing, bigger rock on this gravel flat out here. And then we're just kind of hopping to and from those spots, fishing those spots, using the spot lock on the motor to hold on them and getting those leeches out to them. We're going to get a still photo of this one here and get it back, and we'll be back when we get another one. Hey, we had another bobber down, got another walleye on here. That doesn't feel too bad, so I think I'm going to get the net. Have it ready. There he is. About another 17-incher there. Nice, healthy looking. Oops, bright goldfish. We're out here in that deep gravel yet. Caught that fish in about 29 feet of water. Got a small area here where we definitely have fish concentrated, so we're working back and forth around that area. Go here. And just kind of hovering. We don't have much wind anymore, so we don't need to anchor. We're just kind of slowly drifting around this area and working it. We're still missing fish. I think I'm batting about 500 today. I think I just missed that fish. Got a leech on, pitched it right back out where I had missed him, and got another bite right away, so that might even have been the one I missed. They're biting real touchy today, so this slip bobber approach is probably the best way. We tried early in the morning, tried trolling some crankbaits up on shallow rocks and just smallmouth. I just think the walleyes aren't aggressive enough to chase stuff down like that right now. It's not ideal walleye conditions. High skies, black calms. So we're gonna keep plugging away with this and keep putting fish in the boat. dad Nate here. Been doing most filming this morning, but he's got one here, power bobbing. We moved to some soft bottom mud flats. Looks like he's got a fish maybe with some shoulders here. Let me get that net. Yeah, not bad. There you go. At him. Move to just a little softer bottom mud flat area. We're still power bobbing. Got a fish in the low 20s there. Pull them up here for us to see. All right, nice going. We're kind of on top of a mud flat, about 24-25 feet here, fishing about 3 feet off the bottom. You can see the leech up in his mouth. He's took the leech there. Going to get a still photo of him and get him back, and we will be back when we get another fish. Hey, I mentioned we were slip bobber fishing with leeches today, whether you're using slip bobbers or Lindy rigs. A good idea with your leeches is to aerate them. Now, some companies make a kind of like a mesh bag with Velcro that closes them, and I've used those, but they start getting really slimy, and that Velcro always seems to have just enough of an opening somewhere for leeches to get out. And you're chasing leeches around in your live well. So I came up with a concoction here. It's just a peanut butter jar, and I've used a tiny little drill bit on a cordless drill and drilled holes, sections of holes all around it so water will drain out. Leeches are in there, and then I keep them in the live well, and we aerate them regularly. This is especially important in the summertime. You want to keep your leeches alive when you're not using them at home. In a refrigerator, you want to keep them on ice in a cooler when you're transporting them, but bringing them out in a cooler on ice, this time of year we get low 70s water temp. You know, we can get to upper 70s water temp. Cold water in the 40s that's on ice, the leeches get acclimated to that water. You put them into 70-degree water, and sometimes you can kill from thermal shock. Warming them up gradually in here by pumping water into the live well and acclimating to the water temp they're going to be in is just going to guarantee that they're going to be more active, and you're not going to kill any, and the more active leech is going to attract more fish. Just a good little tip to use with your leeches in the summertime. Alright, Nate's got one here. Still fishing deep here with slip bobbers. Let me get the net. There you go. I just charted one here under the boat, so that may have been him. Let's take a look at him. Nice eater. Yeah. Did he miss that? No, he doesn't. It's right out the top there. He's just biting down on you. Got to get his mouth open. There. He's still trying to bite. He's still trying to eat your line. All right, nice fish there. Another look at him and get him back, and we'll go get some more. All right, we're back. My dad just barely got the leech back on his hook and got back out there, and he's got another one. He said this one feels a little better than that last one. He is trying to stay down underneath that boat, isn't he? Oh yeah, easy on that one. That's a little bigger. Oh yeah, I can see it down there. That's our biggest one of the day. Attaboy. About time. Yeah, we've been catching lots of 15 to Well, 22 basically is what we done before this one, but that one's going to be mid-20s there. Nice. Looked right out, right on top of the snout. Hemostat is there. Trying to get the bump board out here, moving around a bit. We'll get a measurement on that one. There you go. Here's the board. Turn it this way, or can you see down there? A little over 25. Over 25. Nice fish. We get another look at him. We're gonna stop the video here to get a quick still photo of that one for an article, and we will get her back in the water. Nicely done, Dad. Another way. My dad's got one here again. Kind of goofy. He set the hook and didn't think he got it because it was charging at the boat. Then he didn't think it was very big because it was charging at the boat, but now it's not charging at the boat anymore. Get the camera, or the net here, and try to keep the camera going too. There you go. Quit pulling him up. There you go. Give me some slack.
Yep, I got him.
There you go. Get a look at him and get him back. Get him out of the net. Get his teeth off the net. There you go. He's trying to eat the net.
Yeah.
Hold him up here.
Like a net for lunch.
All right. We'll get the hook out and get him back. Good job. All right, got the boat landing locked in there. We're gonna call it a day. You know, it was a tough day, midsummer, like you would expect. We wound up with 5 smallmouths, and I think we were somewhere around 15 walleyes or so. Had to work for them. The bite was a little slow, but that subtle approach with the slip bobber, I think, was definitely the ticket. We got walleyes from 15.5 inches to 25.5 inches, so a nice range there. So hopefully you learned a little bit about how to put together that slip bobber rig, and that you can use it shallow or deep. We used it as shallow as about 11 feet this morning, as shallow as 34 feet this afternoon. In the springtime, I'll use that thing as shallow as 4 or 5 feet. And just moving around when you're that shallow in the spring, then you got to keep the baits away from you and keep the boat off the fish. When you're out 34 feet, you can almost be right on top of them. Actually, we caught a couple where we chartered them on the front locator, reeled the bobber up, and lowered it back down right under the boat where we chartered the fish, and got them. So, good technique for finicky walleyes. Good technique to cover water about the same speed as a Lindy rig, but works better in rock and gravel and snaggy areas, and often on spooky fish works a little better, not having that sinker clunking around down there. So, I'm Troy Smutka. Thanks for watching this episode of Fishing and Hunting the North Country. Good luck, and I'll see you out there somewhere.